Notifications have not gone out yet. I'm going to wash my hands while we're getting ready. Waiting on people to get here. Okay, it is on. Hey, Eve. How you doing? Long time no chat. Hey, Catherine. Let me get y'all turned a little bit. I might have to adjust these. Hey, Christy. Let me adjust a little bit. Hello, Melissa. Your first time live with me, and we're not doing moms. We're working on cake stuff. Because I have 3 cakes due. One's due at 4 o'clock today, and 2 I'm delivering tomorrow. You get to see me do cakes. Well, today is not going to be. It's not going to be all that detailed. They're pretty simple cakes. So, but they're all vanilla. No, the 2 wedding cakes, the groom's cake and the wedding cake, are vanilla. The wedding cake has um, raspberry filling that I made homemade, and then the groom's cake has cheesecake filling that I made, and the shower cake has it's lemon with raspberry. So, oh, thank you, Melissa. I have 3. I'm covering my cake boards right now. I'm putting 3 of them together. This is going to be loud. This is what we have to get Hyla for her boxing. Turn me loose, dang it. There we go. So instead of buying the really, really expensive boards, I buy the regular cake boards and then I put 2 or 3 together. I gotta make sure that they're all lined up. There we go. And then I tape them up. I should probably put that on something else where it's not going to be jiggling. So now I have 3 cake boards together. There's a dang fly. Story of my life. Scissors. So I don't know if y'all saw on our Facebook page, but Hyla and I have 2 videos each coming out tonight. Hey, Mandy. So you got a Hyla video first, and then you have 2 of mine, and then a Hyla. I'm super excited for y'all to see the mystery braid. Dang it. This is the bottom of this cake board. We don't care what it looks like. Kind of like the top and the bottom of mum braids. They don't matter. And if y'all live by a King Dollar, I bought a big pack, and I think it had 12 cake boards in it. 3 of 4 different sizes. So yeah, it was 12. So I got 8, 10s, 12s, and 14s. These are the 14s that I'm using now. Excuse me. And $1.79. So if y'all are looking for some sturdy cardboard for mum backers, they're already round and you can easily cut them. So yeah, I'm going to warn you. I'll check the chat every once in a while, but I'm going to get a lot of this done without too much talking, maybe, or too much reading of the chat for right now. I'll try to go back and answer any questions that y'all have, if y'all have any. And I wash my hands on a regular basis, y'all, before anybody comes at me. Sometimes I'm going to wear gloves, sometimes I'm not. It is proven that clean, bare hands are more sanitary than gloves on a normal, for people who don't know how to wear gloves and how to change them when it's appropriate and everything else. So my hands are clean. I will be using bare hands on some things, and then I will be using gloves on some things. But when I use the gloves, it's because I don't want to get cake all over my hands, not because I think it is cleaner than my clean hands. And for anybody that's worried about anything, I have a bucket. I follow all the health code rules. I have a bucket of sanitizer right over there with clean rags. So we are good to go. I'll be using my shoulder to pop up my glasses. Okay, this one is a different one. It's a corrugated plastic. I'm using this for the groom's cake because it is going to be a single tier, but 4 layers tall, and it's going to have fondant on it. And I need it to be nice and sturdy. So I baked like 12 cake layers for all of these cakes. 5 layers are going to go on the wedding cake, and I've got 4 layers on this one. If I had any of this on my in the larger sizes, I would use that for the wedding cake too, because they are a little more sturdy and you don't have to put multiples together. This stuff right here is what takes the time. Just like making the icing and coloring the different flood consistencies and stuff takes the time on cookies. Okay, there's my groom's cake board, and this one is for the shower, and it is the last one. Let me check y'all real quick. Hello, Jessica. Working on my garter. I need to ship ASAP. You go, girl. American, hey, babe. I can't find the cake board foil anymore since our local cake supplier went out of business. American, where are you, babe? Yes, Connie, people get in their heads and have gloves, so I don't need to change gloves. Yeah, they think they don't, but they do. This is cake wrap, cake board wrap. It's a foil. It's made specifically for to go under cakes. It's grease proof and stuff like that. You are in Waco, so you're not close to the sale place because they carry all this stuff. Hobby Lobby will carry it too. Have you checked there? You know what? I may have gotten this at Hobby Lobby. Hang on. Where's my gold one? Well, they don't have wrappers on them anymore. So I don't remember where I got them from. Catherine, your fingers must have not been working right. All right, this is the last one and the first one that I'm going to work on. So I baked my cakes on Wednesday, and a little secret if y'all want a really, really moist cake, I know you've seen people put simple syrup on their cakes um, to put moisture in them. If you will take your cakes directly out of the oven, let them sit for just a few minutes. I mean, maybe 10 minutes. And then go ahead and level them up, wrap them in cellophane, and put them in your freezer overnight. That will seal in the moisture for you, and you won't need anything. That's what I did with all of these cake layers because there's no way that I could bake all these layers, get my kitchen cooled back down, and get everything iced to where it would stay together all in one day. And I don't want to leave them out. So I will take a whole day and just get all of the baking done. Yesterday, I think I worked on cookies. My cookies are all done. So these cake layers were in the freezer from Wednesday night till this morning when I took them out because I needed them to thaw so I could work on them. TJ's here. Yes, Dollface. Cakes. No, they had minds of their own. Yeah. All right. This one is just a simple 2-layer white cake. So let me move this over here. And it's going to have a filling. I'm putting my gloves on because I don't like sticky stuff. Connie don't do sticky stuff. Let me move this tape out of the way because I'm done with it for now. Until I have to build the boxes to carry most of these. All right, and this one's going to have the raspberry filling. So let me go ahead and fill up a bag. Let me get a cup to put this in. This is homemade raspberry filling. It has raspberries and sugar and water and some raspberry, what you call it, raspberry flavoring oil and a little bit of lemon juice, lemon zest, and cornstarch to thicken. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this bag up because this raspberry is going to go in the wedding cake layers too. Might as well. I'm going to have to refill it anyway or make a new bag. So, because that's not going to be enough because I have 3 12-inch layers on the bottom of that wedding cake. And I got to tell y'all, my bag tire, let me go grab that. I broke the cutter off of it. it will still tie, but I have to cut it. All right, now I need another icing bag for the icing. Because when you fill, you have to pipe a border around. And this is my homemade buttercream. And a little trick that I use with my buttercream is I put corn syrup in it. And it makes it a little more smooth when you try to smooth it out. Oh, sorry, y'all. It makes it easier to get some of the air bubbles and stuff out of it. And I'm not tying that one. It does crust, which is what's great about this icing, so you can handle it. So you want to keep it covered. All right. Oh, baloney. You know what I didn't do? I couldn't find two of my 8-inch pins, so I had to use a 9-inch. I need to trim this down. And I'm going to get stuff everywhere. Oh, well. My non-slip came off the bottom of there. I'll fix that in a minute. All right, so all I'm going to do to cut this down, because we're going to cover it up with icing. Icing is like bows and bling. It covers up a lot of sins. So I am going to put that down, and then I'm going to put this other one right on top of it. And I'm just going to trim around it and get them down to the same size. Hey, Savannah. Yep. I should have did these yesterday. I was procrastinating. Y'all, I had to make a video yesterday. So, yeah, let me keep this right here and I'll put my cut off pieces in it. And I'm only wiping my gloves so I don't get anything in my silverware drawer while I'm getting my knives. All right. So I'm just going to go straight down right beside the outside of this one and trim it up. It ain't going to be perfect. And then we're going to turn it. I could have put this on my turntable, but then I would have had to clean up crumbs off my turntable. And I just am not about cleaning up anything I don't have to today. We cannot, however, do chop and drop with this. As much as I would love to. It attracts ants. Okay. Let's get to stacking. Let me get this out of the way. I will put this in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer because I will make cake pops out of it. I hate making cake pops, but people insist on ordering the dang things. All right. Let me get this back in here. Y'all, all my stuff is sanitized before I use it for everything, so we are good to go. All right, the key to getting a nice flat cake. When I had these in the cake pans, I overfill these and I use the top of my cake pan to level them off. I do big layers. I don't tort these. I don't cut them in half. There's no, dang it. Hold on, y'all. My AirPod is losing. I only need to take off one glove. Let me get this in my ear. One-handed. We got 20 people on here, y'all. Hyla's here. I'm trying to get this to hook up. Are we hooked on? I hope so. So the flattest part of your cake is going to be the part that was on the bottom. Let me get a drink while I got a open hand. The part that was on the bottom of the cake pan. So that's the part we're going to put on here because that will give you the most stable base. And I am going to put the one that I cut on here just because I want to. And it's rickety around the sides, y'all. I do not even care. It does not matter. And then I'm going to mash it. My cakes are really sturdy because of the way I make them. So, I can put some pressure on them. All right, I'm going to put a thin layer of buttercream on here. And then I'm going to put my filling. Just a thin one. Make sure there's no crumbs on that. Now, I have to pipe a dam around the outside to hold my filling in. So whenever I put the top on and the weight doesn't push the filling out into the clean icing on the outside. Okay. Okay, this took half a bag. And y'all remember this is an 8-inch cake. And I've got 3 12-inch layers and 2 10-inch layers that I have to ice. So it's going to take a lot of the raspberry filling. All right, we're going to plop this right on top. And I'm going to flip it over to where the flat part, the part that was touching the cake pan, is on top. Because that gives you a nice flat top. Now this one's not getting stacked, so I'm not worried about it being perfectly level. All right, let me get this mess out of the way. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but I've got some pink showing through here from the raspberry. So I'm going to add icing all the way around this. Because the weight of this top layer is pushing down. And then I am going to use boba tea straws to hold these together. They don't need to go all the way to the top. And I will put 3 of these in there to keep them from leaning. Because I don't care what you do. You go to transport a cake, it's going to get a little soft. Because it's 100 and something daggum degrees outside. I apologize if I'm missing anybody in the chat. Come on. Why are you not cutting? I'm finna throw this sucker. There we go. All right. I'm just gonna make a triangle with that. And then I'm gonna squirt some icing down in. So whenever I actually put the coat on here, you're not gonna see those divots. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the icing that I have in this bag. And I might go ahead and fill it up because this is a little crummy. Because I did not do a crumb coat on this. Nah, we ain't doing that. All right. I need an extra bowl because I'm about to put some more icing on here. And whatever I scrape off, it might have crumbs in it. And I don't want that going back on the clean side of my cake. Let me go back and look. Savannah, did I say hi to you? There's Hyla and Jamie and Erica. How are you, baby? Oh, you're welcome. The wedding cake is a semi-naked cake. Let me do the sides. Y'all aren't able to see how I'm icing this because this is how I ice my cakes. With my arms sticking up on this side. I probably should have y'all on the other side, but that side of my kitchen ain't clean, so y'all staying right where you are. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this a crumb coat. And put it in the refrigerator because it is still warm in here because it's over 100 degrees outside. And I had to cook this morning for CCA. So we're going to take every precaution we can. This icing is not going to go to waste, what I'm scraping off, because I will use it to crumb coat the groom's cake because his is going to be covered completely in fondant. And you ain't going to see none of it. So I'm going to pull some of this icing off of here. This icing does not have crumbs in it. So we're putting that back in the clean icing pan. And y'all, I made 2 quadruple batches of buttercream. They're all iced white, believe that one or not. But I did not want to have to. That one's good. I didn't want to have to go back and make more icing in the middle of getting my cakes done. I don't normally have anybody to visit with while I'm doing these. It's kind of nice having y'all here. So let me go ahead and drag the top. All right, I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator after I clean up the icing. And then we'll move on to stacking the next one. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the groom's cake because I have to put some stabilizers inside it. Let me get a paper towel. I gotta get stabilizers. I have to put an extra cake board in between because it's 4 layers and the fondant is gonna be really, really heavy. So you can't do a 4-layer cake without some extra sturdiness in between the layers. This is off center on here and I'm just looking at that, but I'm gonna leave it like it is until it gets out of the refrigerator. When it firms up, I can actually take and put my hand on the side and scooch it over and it won't mess up the icing. That and the fact that I'm going to put another coat on top of it. Oh, I just stuck that in there. Hang on. So I'm going to cover up any flaws. There we go. All right. While I'm cleaning this up, let me check the chat. Erica, Monica, yes, but what I should be doing is, oh, you're funny. I've been working on my garter, but I'm fixing to take my daughter to work. Awesome. Um, Monica, she makes it look easy. Been doing it for 20 damn years. But I hate buttercream. I hate it. I would much rather use fondant because it can get perfect. My OCD is a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit, eh. Well, you know what the bad thing about it is, y'all? And this is going to sound really horrible. I kind of try to steer people towards the cakes that are not as difficult to make. Um, the highly, highly detailed stuff, people they want that. They'll send me a picture of a 3-tiered stacked cake with like hundreds of dollars worth of details on there, and I'll do them, but I'm gonna charge them accordingly because y'all know it's the detail stuff that takes forever. And once they uh, once they see the price, they're like, "Yeah, let me find something a little more simple." I was like, "I figured you would." Okay, before I do anything on this, I need to cut out a smaller cake board to go in the middle. Swiss meringue buttercream. I hate that it's so hard to get darker colors. You know what, American? If you will take a little bit of that Swiss meringue after you've colored it and put it in the microwave and melt it down, it'll help your coloring mix with the fat in it, and it will make it deepen for you. Y'all, I gotta grab my circle cutter. I am using my stuff to make mums to cut down my cake boards if I can find the dang thing. There we go. Does this go out to 6 inches? Y'all remember that? All right. So let me remember how this thing works. Open it up this way and put the 6 inches right there. Tighten that sucker down. What in the world? Oh, like what was that? That's my extra blade. I'm gonna put this right in the middle. Not that it matters. And this is not gonna cut all the way through, but it'll give me a perfect circle. Come on. There we go. Y'all do not even understand how many sets of gloves I go through. Scissors. This one's not going to get covered because it's going to go in between cake layers. All right. Let me clean up this mess over here. Okay. Let me check. Almost time to pick up 2 kids, take them home to work on my son. Okay. No big deal. All right, Catherine. Okay. I hadn't missed anything. I'm about to get messy, so let me get another. Oh, oh well. It'll be all right. Okay. I'm going to use my creamy icing. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here because I'm going to use that to go in between the cake layers because you ain't going to see it. You ain't going to see anything on this cake anyway because it's going to be covered in bright red fondant. If y'all hear anything coming from outside, my neighbors are having a room added on. Oh, y'all. So if y'all see anything here that you want to know where I got it, I have an Amazon storefront, and there's a link in the description. And a lot of the stuff, my bags, my bag tire, which I'm fixing to have to buy a new one, my miter shears, all that stuff is in my Amazon storefront because I finally got it. Yay. All right. So this one is cheesecake. So let me go ahead and get a bag filled with the cheesecake filling. Because I can't do anything without that. Y'all, this stuff is so good. Look at that. Yeah, I made these as well. So I wouldn't have to, so they'd be able to sit up and get nice and firm. And they would hold up well in these cakes. I don't know how much of this I'm going to need, but we shall see. All right. nose itches. Okay, these are 6-inch cake layers. And I have one that's a 3-inch tall, and the rest of my cake pans are 2-inch tall. So I'm going to put the 3-incher on the bottom just to help it be more stable. And let me just put some on here because I forgot to put my base layer of buttercream. And it's really good to ice and stack and fill these ahead of time because the weight of the cake layers will push the sides out and you'll get bulges. And then when you come back, you can actually adjust that after they've set for a little while. And do not overfill that middle. I'm not even going to spread that out whenever I put the other cake layer on it. It's going to do that for me. So I'm going to do these just like I would do if it was just a 2-layer cake. So I have the flat part on the bottom, and then I'm going to have another flat part on the top. Just like that. And this is going to go in the middle. I think I need to trim it down some more because I don't want it sticking out. This is just to give us an extra layer of stability. And it's going to make it easier to cut and serve at the wedding. There we go. That's inside. All right, now. I need to cut this to where it's going to be. Let me try with my scissors first. Right level with the top. Okay. And I'm going to cut 3 more that are the exact same. This thing cuts like butter on these wood pieces. And that's going to keep us level on this first layer. That stuff cuts real simple. There we go. So the center of this is down. It kind of went down a little bit. I'm going to put these in here just to make sure that we're going to stay level here. Yeah, that's going to put it where it's right sitting, and it's not actually touching this cake layer because I have to put some buttercream on there. I think I want to cut just a touch more. Let me see. Yeah, there's a little bit. See, it's touching right there. Nope, I'm not cutting anymore. All right. Where is my icing? So I'm going to put a thin layer of buttercream on the top. And I'm not putting raspberry or I'm not putting the filling in here. Now, even though the cake itself is not perfectly level, since those are exactly the same and they're sitting on a level surface, that means that I'm going to start with a whole other level layer. And then once everything gets together, I'm going to put a dowel all the way through every layer of this. And what I should have done, y'all give me 1 second, because I just forgot to pop out the center of this thing. That's why I centered it to begin with. Look at all of that. Hold on. This has a centerpiece. Oh, shh. Ah, okay, so I have to cut another piece. Oh, my word, Connie. Y'all give me a second. Story of my life. I just dropped that whole dang thing on the floor. All right. Let me get another piece of board. Baloney. So this pack is what I got at King Dollar. 12 pieces. I she wanted to say, did it say it out loud? A mother had a wedding catering, so in the late 70s, I did the wedding cakes and groom's cakes. You go, girl. Oh, swirling the icing around. Just okay. Oops. All right, next. Let me cut this thing out again. Thank goodness it was super simple, and I'm gonna pop this dang centerpiece out uh before I cut it. Why are you digging into it like that? I guess because I'm pushing down too hard. There, it's good enough. Pop this sucker out right now. Here we go. Drink while I got my gloves off. Y'all, I can't wait for 6:30 tonight. I'm just saying. I cannot wait. All right. Now, let's try this again. The reason I wanted that center thing popped out, you go away, because I'm going to take a wooden dowel and go all the way down the middle of this after these are stacked. And then I'm going to put one on each side because that fondant is heavy, y'all. It's very, very heavy. So it needs to have something down the middle to help it stay. So we're just going to do this like we did down here. Flat part on the bottom, fill it, and then flat part on the top. And if I push down on this, it's not going to make that bulge because the weight is on the wood and on the cardboard. All right. This one is getting filling. And let me get some of those crumbs off of there. Dang, that sucker's tall. This is going to be a smoker with his cook-off team logo on it. All right, before I go any further, we doing a dowel right down the middle after I get all these crumbs out of the way. Hang on. I need to straighten her up. It ain't gonna be perfect right now. That's the crumb from the bottom of my pan. All right. These are barbecue skewers, and they do not have to be even with the top. I am going to figure out where they need to be and just put a little mark with my scissors and miter cut them. And then I'm probably going to do 2 more because I'm going to overdo this one. I love how this cuts and there's no uh, splintering. It is a nice, even, straight cut. See? Perfect cut. Now, let me do the middle first. There. We're going to hit right through, yeah, right through that hole in the center. Now, this one is going to be, I might have to cut this at an angle to get some sharpness to it to go through that cake board. Y'all don't do what I'm about to do, okay? I just popped it right through that cake board. There we go. I'm going to push this to where it goes all the way down to the bottom board. Now, it'll jiggle, but it ain't going to fall over. Okay, let me put this up before it sits out for too long. I'm going to take a quick peek at this other one to see if it's settling any. Not really. And it's nice and firm, too. All right. Got to clean up my mess so I can have a nice, clean ice on this thing. You stay over there. Where did I put my? There it is. Hold on, because I want to keep as much of my crumbs out of my icing as possible. Even though it's going to be covered up, I would rather not have crumbs in there. And then I'm going to take this over to the trash and wipe off the crumbs on this board. All right. There we go. Let me check y'all real quick. Making braids and listening. You go, girl. Norma, I cannot pipe a rose to save my life. I'm just saying. We need mom emojis. We're going to have to make some. Another senior mom. So many seniors this year. Yes. Splinters. Yes. No splinters. Time I watch Connie doing cakes and cookies, I want to do them, but it's a lot of work and I'm enjoying them. She said splinters, and I immediately thought of the Ninja Turtles. Okay. It is icing time. It is going to be one scary ride tomorrow. I'm just saying. It's only about 20 minutes from here where the venue is, but still, I'm going to have a freaking 40-pound wedding cake and this thing to sit with and pray. All right, I am going to. I'm going to think for just a second. Let me get this over here. I'm going to plop a big old dollop right there on the top, and then I'll work from there. I hate that my dang glasses like to fall off. Slide down my nose while I'm working. Y'all don't want to see what I'm doing. I'm just saying. Right now, I'm just trying to get some dang icing on this tall cake. And I'm not caring what it looks like. And I don't normally go up and down, but I'm trying to push some of this icing into the cavities in between. And then I will get some more icing on here. Once it is completely covered, I'll get some more icing on here and smooth it out because I'm not doing but one nice clean coat on here. It looks horrid, but it will be fine. I think I might want to take that top tier off. No, I don't. I think it's going to be fine. I'm just thinking about the proportions of it. Come on, turn. Thank you. All right. And I think I'm going to take this sucker and put it in the freezer. Maybe. We shall see. I need it to straighten up and act right. That, I believe, is about as good as it's going to get for right now. Paper towels. I need, hold on. This is going to look absolutely ridiculously crazy, but trust me. Where is, there we are. I'm pushing the dowels that I put through there, the pointy ends down into the cake board. Mm. Okay, y'all pray. That one's looking pretty good. All right, clean up mess, and let's go to another layer after I check y'all. Norman, nope. I'd be out onto that. Well, yeah. Um. Oh, my family buys the ready to eat stuff because I don't make them anything. I'm so bad. I am a bad mama. Okay, y'all. Can I have like a 5-minute Connie break real quick, if you don't mind? Please and thank you. Or else you're going to see me doing the dance right here. So I will be right back. I know that was TMI, but y'all hang on just a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to put my headphones down though, because that would not be it. I shall return. Yes. Intermission. Okay, I'm back. Let me try to remember which headset I had in. Not this. There we go. All right, let me wash my hands. All right, now I can function. Sorry. So sorry. And I think for this big one, I'm going to go get my big piping my big piping bag that has and my tip that's made for icing cake. So hang on, let me grab that. It's going to make it much easier if I can find it. There it is. Or is it that one? Let's take both. And then my big old tip. There we go. This is a humongous tip. This is a Wilton 789. It's got serrated on one side and flat on the other. And that is going to help me so much. Yep, it'll fit in this. And I can get a lot of icing in this bag. Although I do need a larger cup to hold it. And this one I can refill. And I've almost used an entire quadruple batch of icing. There we go. I still need one of these to pipe my dam. Sorry about all the shaking, y'all. I'm gonna get every last bit of this stuff out though. All right. There we go. And I still have this that I can use. You can move. All right. Gloves, because I'm about to be messing with them. It's almost 3 o'clock. I need to probably. Why am I getting an icing bag? I need my gloves. I need to do some detail piping. I need to put another layer of icing on that first one that we did, and do some detail piping. Where did I put my drink? Oh, y'all, we're gonna have to wait just a minute because I'll take you out with me. I gotta find my drink. I lost my Dr. Pepper. I did not touch anything with this glove. Okay. Doggone it. These gloves are ticking me off. All right. This. Get some paper towels. Because I got messed. All right. This is the bottom layer of the wedding cake. And yeah, it's 3 12-inch cake layers. Icing. Which one do I want to use? This one. Okay. Icing. Trying to figure out what I'm doing. I have to get my whole other bucket. Sorry. All up in your business. This one is going to be really important to layer and stack ahead of time. I won't finish this one today because I'm going to have to let it sit in the refrigerator and then let all the bulges happen. Y'all got something? Let all the bulges happen and then come in and smooth them out and re-ice. Okay. What do I do with my scissors? There they are. I'm going to do a double layer of this since there's going to be so much weight. Y'all, this stuff is so good. It has so much raspberry flavor that I don't have to put it in there thick, thick. All right, next layer. So this has 3 layers. So I'm going to go ahead and stack it like I would a regular one with 2 layers and put this one with this side up. All right. And y'all see how sturdy this is? This is a little bit browner than I like, but it is not overdone. It's I have different style cake pans, and they cook and brown differently. I might accidentally have to make another batch of icing for the final coat on this one. No, I'm not. This is a naked cake. Stop overthinking stuff, Connie. Y'all, I'll come back. I'll look at the chat here in just a few minutes. Let me get this one stacked and done so I can pull that other one out. So all I have to do is put another layer of icing on the outside of that one and pipe a few details. It's really, really simple. It's just a bunch of dots. This one I can't fling because it already has a hole in it. While I'm doing this, Matthew started college, y'all. He started on Wednesday, and he's doing. He got a scholarship for theater because they got second runner up at state, which was like third place, and so he is in the theater department down there, and so he hasn't been home. They had a mixer Wednesday for everybody to get to know everybody else in the theater department. So he didn't get home, made a bunch of new friends. And this is my boy that doesn't like to really talk to people in person. He's finally coming into his own, you know. And then yesterday, they had auditions for two of the productions they're doing this year. And he auditioned for two parts and got a callback for one. Uh, so that's where he's at today. I ain't ever gonna get to see him. He has class Monday through Thursday, and then theater all the time. All right. He's going to Blinn. I got my first shipping order. Oh, awesome. Went to UPS and USPS this morning. Probably going, oh my goodness, if you can finish in time. Right? All right. I'm going to fill in the gaps. And y'all, I'm going to put a lot of icing on here and then I'm going to pull it off. But I gotta make sure I got my holes filled on the sides. First time somebody asked me to make a naked cake, I was like, "Oh God, no." But now I love them because they're like half the dang work. This is gonna be beautiful. All right. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave that piping bag right there for the one that I'm about to bring out. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this one done with its coat. And I just dug the tip of my knife in there. Oh well, it'll be all right. I can fix it. That I don't want right there. Okay. I'm tempted to see if they'll let me bring this down tonight and put it in their walk-in while it's cooler, and then I'll stack it tomorrow in the walk-in because it's too dang hot for this stuff to be out. All right, let me fill in some gaps. Believe it or not, this bottom tier is almost completely finished, y'all. I have to put the stabilizers in it. And get a nice, smooth outside. Trying to make sure. The key to this is getting icing on top of all of the cake so it doesn't dry out. But having it show through the icing. They're going to have florals on here. I'm going to push this out just a little bit so I can get a nice sharp top. And then I'm gonna put this whole thing in the refrigerator like this and let it sit up. And then I'll come back with a knife and cut these top edges. Okay. Paper towels. I should be wearing my talking to myself shirt. Once this sets up, I'll put the stabilizers and stuff in it. And this cake board will get a final cleanup after I'm completely done. Y'all, I'm happy with this. It is perfectly straight and perfectly naked. Oh my God, it's so heavy. Oh my goodness, it's heavy. All right. I was gonna stack them, but I don't think I am. Ugh. All right, let's pull out the lemon raspberry and finish her up. Let me make sure that this goes back all the way so we don't hit it with the door. I'll tell y'all, I need a refrigerator just dedicated to my sweet stuff. Now, look. Oh, I'm jingling, y'all. This is crusted. I can put my hand on it. I can scooch it. Get it right where I need it. And it's not messing anything up. There we go. A little more cleaning on this board, and then I'm going to put my icing on it and then pipe my details. Let me check on y'all real quick. I made cupcakes for my niece and nephew's birthday party at Hawaiian Falls, and those poor things never stood a chance in the heat. Yes. Oh, it was before the heat wave? My word. Y'all, I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I filled those cakes. I did. I'm sitting here looking at this going, oh my God, did I not put the filling in? But I did. Ugh. Okay. All right. Pick it in my face. I'm going to use this to ice this. And I'm going to put the serrated part against the cake. And this just deposits icing all over it. An even layer, and then you just go back and smooth it out. The top has already got, I believe, enough icing on it, but I'm going to have to put just a thin layer on there. All right. Paper towels. Now, the first layer that I put on here is what you call a crumb coat. It sealed all those crumbs in that first layer of icing, so I don't have to worry about having crumbs in this layer. So I can put it right back into my good bag or my good pan bowl of icing. Okay. This icing is starting to set up because the cake underneath it is chilled. So it's giving me a couple more bubbles than I like. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let it crust over again, and I'm going to show y'all my trick to smooth out the icing. And while we do that, I'm going to get my piping bag ready to pipe on the detail. All right. Let's pop this back in the fridge. And I'm going to come along the bottom with beads of icing, so I'm not worried about the fact that I just stuck my finger in the side of it. Oh, you had to come back and you're watching ads. Well, thank you so, so much. Tell you what, y'all, I want this. Nah, I just want it to crust. It's almost crusted already. I'm going to pop it in the fridge. Okay. Wipe this up because I'm about to get the detail stuff and I don't want any of this mess in it. You're going to be fine right there. Let's scoot you over here. All right. Yeah, this heat is not good for our stuff. For anything with butter. So yeah, I'm seriously thinking about seeing if they'll let me at least bring the wedding cake. That way I only have one thing to concentrate on tomorrow, getting down there. Because Michael's going to be driving, which is scary enough. While I am waiting on that to be done, so I have, that's a 10 inch. This is an 8, this is a 10. I'm going to go ahead and stack these other two. I'm wondering if Matthew's on his way home. I just got a message. He'll be calling me if he is. I'm using my crummy icing to hold this icing, or to hold this cake on here, because you ain't gonna see it. I need gloves. I promise y'all I'm not gonna sing to you. And yes, I still have my adult children on Life 360. I don't want to pull that cake out without it being ready. So, 'cause it'll make more work for me. I don't need any more work. I've got enough. There we go. I am going to use my Eddie to print his logo onto a sheet of fondant to put on the front of his barbecue pit. I'm super excited about that. I only have, this is the last one I've got left to fill, so I'm just going to reuse this bag. I need to weigh these cakes. See how much it actually weighs once they're together. And since this is my last one, let me go ahead and use this. I'm going to move that because I don't want that on my outside icing. All right, that is done. No more of that filling. I know y'all are probably getting bored. Same stuff over and over again. There we go. Oops. I'm gonna have to mop this floor whenever I get finished. I'm gonna have icing everywhere. Keep scooching. I'm trying to build this up to where I have a lip sticking over the top of this cake that I can cut off afterwards to square it up. I need more. There we go. There we go. And to clean up around the edge of this baseboard. And running out of room. There we go. I had to clean this thing off before I put that on there because that is going to be my finished product. Hold on. You just want a little piece of the edge. I'm headed to pick up kids, drop off dinner and others before tonight's football game. I'll listen while I drive. I'm sorry I'm not talking very much except for to myself. But I'm probably fixing to have to get off here. It's almost 3:30. Michael will be home. Uh, and this cake is due. She'll be here at 4. for this one. Where is my little mini knife? Okay. Probably need to pop this in the freezer. Yeah, I'm going to pop it in the freezer. I want to smooth out the sides before I do anything else. Okay. So I use Viva paper towels for smoothing. They are expensive as hell. We do not use these for cleaning. We use them for smoothing. And they have a really smooth side and then they have a bumpy side. Put it up against there and I use my fondant smoother to go around. And smooth that out. So much better. And I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on it. I'm not trying to really displace the icing. I'll do this on my naked cakes too because it just makes them look nicer. Let me see what this top's gonna do. Might have made a mistake. No, it's good. All right. That is about as good as this is gonna get as I keep playing with it. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put this back in the refrigerator, but y'all, I gotta get off here. I gotta finish these up. I'm about to be interrupted. Hey, how are you? Ours, flowers. Holy cow, I caught it. Oh, Veronica. Hey, girl. I'm about to get off because we all know that doing stuff live and doing stuff on videos makes it take twice as long. And I need to finish. So that one's going to be ready to leave here in a few minutes. And then if I need to get all this mess cleaned up so I can do the detail work on those without getting anything else in there. So anyway, all right, y'all, don't forget there's a link in the Facebook group to Hyla's video that starts at 6:30, and then I have one, it'll redirect to mine at 6:45, and then that'll redirect to my other one at 7, which is Happy Mail, and then it'll redirect to another one at 7:30 for Hyla's. So yeah. Um anyway, we got a quadruple header tonight, y'all. So if you can join us, I promise you won't be disappointed on the mystery braid. I promise you will not. It's not a brand new one, but everybody's been asking about it. So, and I'm not giving anything away. We're keeping it as a secret mystery until tonight, anyway. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching me and visiting with me while I work. It made the time go by way too quickly because I still have too much to do. So, yes, it does. You got the share picture later and see you tonight at the premiere. Thank you. Y'all have a good day too. Thank y'all for joining me. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Click the bell so you're notified every time that I upload or that I go live. I need to look at Life 360 and see if my baby's driving home or if he just took a break to go get food because my watch is reminding me that he's moving around. All right. Thank y'all. We will see y'all tonight if you're watching this live. If you're watching the replay, yeah, just go watch all the braid videos. All right. Thank y'all. I'll see you soon. Bye.